it's Laura here today for another home video for you. We're going to focus today on some shoulders and obliques that give you rotation and some quads. Um, okay, so let's get started. You're going to need a stick or your golf club and a lightweight, anywhere from 1 to 5 pounds. And if you have any shoulder issues at all, stick to 1 pound or like a light bottle of water. Okay, all right, here we go. We're going to start with the weight plate warm up. So we're going to start we're going to do this sitting actually. You can stand if you want to. I'm going to sit. All right, got my club, and here we go. For the weight plate, you're gonna first hold it in your hands, and you'll take it here. You can use a weight plate, a dumbbell, water bottle, anything. Just lift up and down from the top of your head for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, very good. Now we're going to go front to back. So we go right in front of your face by your chin and all the way back behind you. I'm going to actually tap my back with my weight. So we'll go back and forth for 10. That was 1. Well, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. And now we're going to go ear to ear. So it's going to go on one side, and then your arm is over the top of your head, and it will go to the other side. So here we go. We'll go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, very good. Now we're going to drive the car. So your arms are out in front, and you're going to rotate with your arms nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a little break, and we've got one more to do called the halo, where we're going to circle the top of your head. We'll go 5 times in one direction and 5 in the other. So here we go. It looks like this. Okay, so here we go for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, very good. You should feel that your shoulders are pretty warmed up. I'd like you to do one more thing, and that's going to be a backstroke, one at a time, with a nice full range of motion. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, very good. All right, that got our waist going just a little bit too, getting the obliques a little bit warmed up. Now we're going to go onto our hands and knees, what I call a cat camel. It's also called a scared cat, scared dog, or cat cow. It's all the same. We're focused today on the pelvic tilt part of this. You can do it with your whole spine, but today we're just going to focus focus on the pelvic tilt. So on your hands and knees, you are going to tilt your pelvis back and then let it drop down and sag down. If I get in front of the light colored part of the wall, it'll be easier. So you're going to pull up and tuck the tailbone under. I'm not I'm not hunching my shoulders, and then let it go down, sagging down kind of as much as you can, and then back up again, breathing out as you pull in, and let it relax again, trying to get the most movement that you can out of the pelvis. And again, here we go, pulling up, pushing up, trying to push up from my low back, and then let it sink back down again. Let's do 2 more. Breathing out, pulling your abs in very tight, and then you breathe in, inhaling. 1 more, exhale, and inhale. All right, very good. From here, we're going to do a little bit more shoulder work. We're working on the stability of your shoulder. So we want to give your shoulder blade, called your scapula, some movement. We want to bring them together and let your chest sink down and then push apart. Your arms stay straight. I don't hunch my shoulders up toward my ears at all. So if you look at it this way, I'm sinking my chest, allowing my shoulder blades to come together, and then they push apart. So protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction. On the side, letting them sink down, my arms are straight, and pushing away. All right, very good. From here, I want you to stay very neutral in your abs, neutral in your shoulder blades, kind of in a nice locked in position, and we're going to do a bird dog. So that bird dog is when you take one leg straight out, the opposite arm straight out, as if I have a string at the top of my head pulling forward, trying to lengthen my neck. I like my thumb up. You're trying to get your arm up and your leg up equal but not greater than your back. A 10-second hold here, and then switch. Abs pulling in, neutral spine, reaching but not protracting or elevating your shoulder blade. It stays neutral. And let's switch and do it again. This is called a contralateral exercise, where you've got the right upper body doing one thing, the left lower body doing the opposite. And switch. All right, very good. From here, we're going to go to some side leg lifts. Now, I didn't ask you to get a pillow, but it would be a good thing to have a pillow or something here. I'm actually going to use my panda bear. So you can use a pillow. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that under my knee. So I can push down and not hyperextend my knee. So this leg's going to push down, the other leg's going to go straight up. All right, so here we go. We're going to go for 10. So we're lifting straight up as high as you can go, pushing this leg down and back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, change sides with my panda bear. All right, pressing down, and here we go. 1, 2, try to keep both feet aligned and very straight. Don't let one turn out to the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, now, knees are bent. We're going to find neutral spine, laying down on the floor. So you're going to go into an extreme posterior tilt, flattening your low back, then tilt forward into an anterior tilt, arching your back, and then relax. And that relaxed position should be neutral. Now I want you to pull in your abdominal muscles without changing your spine or your pelvis, and compress your abs down to your spine. These transverse abs wrap around your spine, so you're going to feel your back tightening up, but I don't want you to do a pelvic tilt here. I just want you to flatten with your abdominal muscles and not try to push with the pelvis. So in this neutral position, what I want you to do is try to hold it and breathe in through your rib cage. Nice deep breath. And breathe out again while you're holding some tension. Practice that a couple times, breathing out into your rib cage, holding tension with your abdominals. One more time, breathe out into your rib cage, pulling in and holding your abdominals. All right, now we're going to roll to the side. We're going to do an active side leg lift sideways. So you can bend this knee just a little bit. I want you to get into that neutral spine. It's not an extreme tilt one way or the other. It's neutral. Hold neutral and lift your leg, and then lift your leg as far as it can go without coming out of neutral, and then back again. We're going to do 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to really pull your abs in and try not to let your back round or arch. It stays in neutral. Breathing. Let's go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, before we go to the other side, we're going to do a double side leg lift. So that is lifting both legs together. Again, staying in neutral if you can. You can also lay back just a little bit on your hips if that's uncomfortable. So here we go. I'm going to do 20, but these can be kind of hard to begin with. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What matters is this lower thigh gets off the ground. That's your goal. 5 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we can roll over. All right, so we've got that side single leg lift with neutral spine. Here we go. Lifting up, get neutral, pull your abs in, and 1, 2, abs in tight. Don't let your pelvis shift. Don't let your low back round out. Don't arch your back when your legs come straight. Let's go one more. Very good. And now we've got our double side leg lifts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, very good. Now, we're going to get back up in that quadruped position, which is hands and knees. It's very hot and humid today, so I'm already sweating quite a bit with my clothes sticking to me. So, hands and knees. Now what we're going to do, make sure your shoulders are stable, you're in line, wrist, elbow, shoulder, knees under your hips. We're going to go into neutral. We're going to have a bird dog with neutral spine, and then I want you to crunch in, trying to hold your balance, and then go back out to neutral. We're going to do 6 of those, and then we'll switch sides. So here we go. Make sure you're in neutral, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, other side. Start with the bird dog. Bring your abs up, neutral spine, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, those can be a little tricky. Now, we're going to go into some rotation. So, you're going to try to keep your hips stable, and you're going to have your hand right at the base of your neck, but don't push on your head. It's just to get your elbow open and to keep your hand back. So here we are, and you're going to try to rotate your upper body while you keep even weight on both legs, rotating as far as you can go, and then dip down a little bit and rotate, tapping your elbow to the other arm, and rotate back up again. Nice and slow. And back down. Keep your other arm, this arm nice and straight. Here we go for 3. And back down. 4. Back down. Remember, even weight on both knees, both hips. And back to neutral, changing sides. So here we go. Rotate up. And then bring your elbow down to your arm. And up to the other side. Number 2, go as far as you can go. Back down. Number 3. Keep even weight on those hips. Number 4. Back down. Last one, number 5. And back to neutral. All right, very good. Now, let's see, we've got dead bugs with the stick. Here's where your stick comes in. A dead bug is an abdominal exercise, and it's done very, very, very slowly, so you should never do these quick. In fact, the stronger you get, the slower you go. knees up, and I've got my stick right here. I'm going to just gently press it against my thighs, and I'm going to slowly tap one heel down and bring it back up again while I'm pressing with the stick and keeping my abs neutral or pushing down even harder into the floor with my low back. So we're going to do 12 of these very slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, breathing in, breathing out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. You can always stop the video and do a second set of any of these things, or go ahead and repeat an entire second set of everything once we're done. Okay, next we've got knees in and rocking. This is a back relaxing exercise. Just hug your knees in, under your knees preferably, and a little side to side rocking. This is usually comfortable for most people. Good. Now roll on your side. We are going to do a side plank. This is a great exercise for your back, works your obliques, works on helping to stabilize your shoulder, keeping it strong. So we're going to start on our knees on this one, bending your knees. You're going to come up. You've got your elbow directly under your shoulder. Don't let it get out here. That's not good for your shoulder. You can press down with your hand if you want to. You're going to hold this for 20 seconds if you can. Have your hand out in front if you need to, but don't rotate your body down. Stay sideways. I'm going to have my hand up here, so I stay very sideways. Once you're up, press your hips forward. So here we go. We're up, pushing your hips forward, and we've got 20 seconds on the clock. No hunching, so if your shoulders are creeping up toward your ears, get them back down again. Pull those abs in, pretty much of a straight line. I don't still have my butt back in a seated position. And that's 20 seconds. Let's go to the other side. All right, set yourself up, elbow under shoulder, knees are bent, and here we go. Lifting up, pushing hips forward, nice and straight. We got 20 seconds on the clock. Almost there. And down. All right. Now, we're going to go into a kneeling hip hinge with neutral spine. So, from the front it looks like this. We're kneeling, and all you're doing is sticking your butt back and having your chest go forward. I want your hands behind you, so what it should look like, you should hold that neutral spine and not let it change. Abs are in, holding neutral spine. I'm sitting back, I'm leaning forward. I'm hinging at the hip. This is my big hinge point, and then I come up and push my hips forward. So dropping down and up. My shoulder blades stay firm, not totally squeezed together, but not relaxed. They're not coming apart and dragging down. We're going to do 10 of these. and slow. Use your hands to see if your back is changing its position. Most commonly, people round out their low back, and then they also let their shoulders droop and drag. So you don't want to do that. Change to a different position here. So I'll show you what you don't want to do. You don't want to come down and lower your shoulders and round your back out, because if you actually were lifting a load of some sort, that would be dangerous. Your spine does best in neutral spine. It's how all the vertebrae fit together perfectly, and all the muscles can be engaged and be strong that are alongside the spine. Give me 2 more of these. All right, very good. That's our workout, and now we're going to go into a stretch. It wasn't too bad today. It was pretty easy. Hopefully it wasn't too hard for you. We're going to do what's called a Bretzel stretch. It's a 3-way hip and back stretch. It starts off like this. Think of it as a 90-90 stretch. My leg is in front. It's not pulled back like a quad stretch. It's up here. It's a 90-degree angle here at this knee, 90-degree angle here, and you should have some space between your knee and your foot. If you were to kind of draw a geometric figure, it would be a rectangle or a parallelogram. So your first stretch here is to sit up straight. Use your hand so that you can push straight, and you'll get an internal hip rotation here. Most people are weaker in their internal hip rotation. They're tight and weak. So in sports, it's very important that you have internal hip rotation. Your hip is supposed to rotate. Your knee is not really supposed to it's not supposed to rotate at all. So if your hip can't rotate, your knee is going to do it instead, and that's when you injure your knee. Your hip is supposed to do it. We're just tight as we get older because we don't do these things anymore. Second part of the stretch is both hands go forward over your shins. If you can't quite get there, you can be over your knee, but the idea is to lengthen the spine. Don't resort to being a turtle. You want to be lengthening. Think of the top of your head. That's an extension of your spine. And you want to lengthen that spine, feeling that stretch in the hip and the back. Shoulders are down, but you're lengthening, trying to be tall in this position. And then the third part of this stretch is you rotate over to the side, put your elbows down in front of your thigh. Again, lengthening the spine. You don't want to curl up into a little ball. Lengthening. Shoulders are down. And ideally, we want to hold these stretches for about a minute each. 30 seconds is okay. And that's about all we're doing today. But let's go to the other side and do the other side as well. So we get into that 90-90. Remember, this leg is not back behind you. So it's here, 90 degrees here, 90 here. If this is a very tough position for you, sometimes sitting on a thicker pillow or a wedge makes you lift up higher. You don't have to have as much range of motion in your hips. You can work up to it. Remember, the first one is trying to sit up straight, getting a little internal rotation here. You might feel it in your back. You're going to feel it wherever you are the tightest. And for everybody, it's slightly different. And then we go hands forward. Trying not to be too bent over or sideways. You're trying to have your spine be straight and long as much as you can. Shoulders are down. Focus focused on breathing. Think of lengthening. If your toes are all curled up, try to get your feet to relax. And now let's rotate, bringing your elbows down in front of your thigh. Make sure when you're exercising you do lots of nice deep breathing in and out. Oxygen consumption is one of the healthiest things that you can do for your body. All right, until next time, thanks for watching. I will see you later.